Hey, this is Bianca Noir. Get ready with me. Today I have vocal warm-ups to do, and then I have a ballet class, and then I have a yoga class, which involves stretch and strengthening. And typically I try to do 10 classes a week right now with Dance Masterclass because I'm preparing for bigger things, even though the legal work in my life would indicate otherwise. You know, I believe in myself. I feel that things are going in a better direction than what maybe my attorneys are leading me to think right now, because they only have certain information and have to follow certain guidelines because they are legal aid. So today I informed my attorney because I'm getting very frustrated, and she senses it because the guidelines don't allow her to go out of certain, you know, to press charges or to work on things that are not within the restrictions of what she's able to do. And so I went ahead and reapplied for legal aid under a different heading, and they do offer other services than what I am currently getting. So I decided to go ahead and reapply. And what I realized is maybe she didn't realize that I could just reapply. And, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But, I reapplied under the terms of human trafficking, because that's what's going on here. My crisis situation now is not necessarily what I originally had applied for, which was eviction. And now the crisis situation is more trafficking, stalking, and, tracing me, fraud, things like this. And so that is what I have applied for. This time it is just in the trafficking parameters, and we'll see how this goes because I've turned in so much evidence. Okay, get ready with me. Yesterday, after my yoga class with Jordan, who I hope, now we're becoming friends, and I kind of outreach to him, hoping that maybe, that we can partner on some things. Yesterday, I decided not to take my ballet class because I was like zapped of prana. And it wasn't Jordan. I could tell he was trying to really help with whatever I was going through. And I didn't even tell him. I showed up. I wasn't there early like I usually do, just to chat a little bit about, my goals and, keep the positivity high, because I had bad news. So right now, it's time to get ready and hit the bar again. Okay, I took the night off last night. Typically, I never call out. I never call out. It has to be a pretty serious situation, but I had told them in a message, hey, I had nothing more to give yesterday. That was it for me. No, 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 no. Num 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 num. 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 ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, num, num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, num, num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, num, num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. Hey, ha, oh, ooh. Num, 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 me. Goodness. I'm not really focusing, but I think even just listening and listening while you're not focusing and trying something while you're not focusing, and then doing it right later and working on things when you're not so focused can sometimes be a thing too. You might be surprised because sometimes we have a hard time and we zone out when we should be working really hard and we can't concentrate. So working on something in the middle of something else when you're multitasking things can actually be really, 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 really helpful, because then you automatically do, even if you're zoning out, even if you can't concentrate, you're automatically doing it correctly eventually, even when you're not even paying that close of attention. And I think that's part of what is my success sometimes. Ah, oh, ooh, num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh, num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh, num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh, num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh, num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh, ooh. Num, 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 num. E, ah, oh. ooh. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough space. Everything keeps falling into the sink. Looking for things and I can't find them. Oh my goodness. Where is it? That step that I've forgotten. Okay, where is this little mascara here? Oh. I think this line I get right here on my lid. So that exercise, like I used to do chorale, right? And so it would validate me that other people are doing it right and we're not getting corrected. And when I did private voice, I was validated too because they would tell me good. But I'm not sure. Like, I'm just not sure because I don't know, because I can't, I think it sounds fine, but then what if it doesn't sound fine? Because then when I went up higher, when it went up higher and I went up higher with this person, I felt like I was straining. And that's how I always felt singing soprano, because I was put in the sopranos in chorus. And I don't know why I was put in sopranos, because I can go really deep, but I guess there aren't that many sopranos, you know, there aren't that many sopranos. So they want sopranos. And if I can do soprano, then they want me to do soprano. But soprano, you only really find sopranos in opera, I think. And I'm really, you know, not, and maybe pop music, like there's not that many people who go that high in pop music. Usually they stay sort of low and sultry. Okay. A little bit of this. Now, I am looking for a foolproof red. This is cute. It's a e.l.f. And it's called Cherry on Top Glow Reviver Slip Stick. There's a pretty glow to it. One more time. My confidence isn't in the right place, probably since from yesterday, you know. All right. See you in class. Bye.